Hi, it's Paula from How to Be an Artist, and today's topic is rejection. We've all been rejected, and I wanted to talk a bit about that. I encourage people to think of rejection as a badge of honor. When those rejection letters start rolling in, then you know that you're getting your stuff out there, looking for representation or somebody to buy your work, and that's all good. It's good to be on that path. So don't think of it as a no. Think of it as just part of your journey to yes, because you're on your way to yes. The yes is coming, and there's going to be a lot of no's in the way. So what you just need to learn to do is say next. Okay. So there's your emotional response to rejection, and then a more practical one. So the emotional response is your ego and your inner child screaming and saying, they don't like me, I suck, I should quit writing or quit doing my art or whatever it is, which is fine to have that reaction, but then you got to move on to the practical, and you've got to try to see some value in their response and their rejection of you, to see if there's something that you can learn. So maybe we can see if there's something to learn from my dog, Jackson. Hi, Jackson. No, from my rejection letters. So I was just going to read a few here. Okay, so this is a couple of rejection letters from a children's book that I wrote. Dear writer, thank you for your inquiry. We are sorry we cannot invite you to submit your work or offer to represent you. Moreover, we apologize that we cannot respond in a more personal manner. We wish you the best of luck elsewhere. All right, so what I would encourage you to do, if you feel like you might get upset and cry that this person doesn't want to represent you, is to put on your truth goggles right here. See here, these on, and reread it. We are very busy. Good luck. Oh, that's not so bad. I'm just going to shut the door. All right. Oh. Okay. Okay, here's another one. Thanks so much for thinking of blank, but your project is not quite right for her list at this time. Don't get too discouraged. This is a subjective business, and your work may be just the right fit for another agent. You deserve someone who is passionate about this project and confident in their ability to position it. That's pretty nice. All right, so putting on the truth goggles. We are also very busy, but super, super nice and sympathetic to writers. Okay, that's nice. Okay, here's one from a screenplay that I submitted to a giant agency here in Los Angeles. Your unsolicited submission has not been and will not be disclosed to any executive or other employee of blank. You should be aware that many ideas are generated by our employees and our clients or other sources. To the extent that any projects are generated which contain elements similar to what you submitted, the similarities are purely coincidental. Okay, let's put the truth goggles on. We don't care about you at all. We're very concerned about getting sued. Signed, the asshole Hollywood establishment. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Oh, P.S. If you get famous, call us. Okay, well, that's probably enough of those. Let's see. So the next one is rejection from revenue sources like a publisher or someone who's going to directly buy your work. I have a letter from a publisher that was forwarded to me by my agent, because I can't get to the publishers directly. And I was really devastated when I got this one. So we'll see what happens with the truth goggles. Okay. This was about the children's book. What a sweet ending. And there's, of course, a nice message here. I tend to be pretty particular about books with anthropomorphized animals, I'm afraid, and although very sweet in the end, I'm not responding to this quite strongly enough to take on. I was so wanting this publisher to love me. I did shed a tear or two that day. But let's put the truth goggles on and see what we can learn. This writer is talented. I really like this story. It's my own particular quirk is the reason that I'm not taking it on. She should keep going. That's the truth. So I'm going to keep going. That was a fresh one, people. Okay, so moving on to rejection from peers. Okay, so I would encourage people to have a group of people who are supportive of your career, and some people call it like a mastermind group. I'm part of an accountability group. It's important to have a cheerleading section in your life for your work and for your personal life, but we're talking about work. And I know I had talked to one artist who lived in a small town, and the people who ran the local art shows, they were really cliquey, and she couldn't get in, even though her work was good. And so what she discovered was that she just needed to find her own niche, have a show at her house, inviting people, have a show at a neighboring town, and find her people. So that's a bit on that. And then my next topic is rejection from press. So, okay, so we've all read terrible reviews of things, right? When my feature film came out, I got some good reviews and I got some bad reviews. And of course, the bad ones you read much more carefully and they're so devastating. But truly, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So if you're getting written up in any capacity, I think that's great. It means you're on the radar and you're in the game. And I know for me, I love cheesy romantic comedies. I don't care how cheesy they are. I want to watch them. So if I see a bad review of one in the paper, I'm just looking at who's in it, what's the plot, and when can I see it. I don't really care that the reviewer hates it, because they always do, because it's so easy to shit on romantic comedies. For this portion, I wanted to read you a letter from a young girl who watched my movie, and she sent me this. Dear Paula, thank you again for making such an amazing film and for sharing your story with me. You truly are an inspiration. I will continue to follow my dreams because of you and your amazing work. Hello. That is why we do art, to connect with people who are going to love it and find meaning in it and make the world a better place. We're not doing it for agents and managers and publishers, and all those people are trying to make that same connection of art to these people who love it and are buying it because it's enriching their lives. So I will wrap up with that, and my final note is whatever kind of rejection letter you get, always respond and always thank them for their time and reading your stuff, even if you don't think they read it, and follow up. Respond and follow up, no matter how bad you think the letter is. See you next time.